Thanks for being here in this very special occasion. The official opening of this state-of-the-art Baltimore Orioles Baseball Academy. The result of the dedicated work of many talented professionals for several years. Today, it comes to fruition.
Came in 2018, the Orioles international program, whether it was scouting or player development, was one of the smallest and kind of least powerful in the league. Our priority across the entire organization was being not just good, but best of the best in scouting and player development. So the international was a huge priority for us, and our facility was old. So we wanted a state-of-the-art facility. We found a project that we liked. We pounced on it very quickly. And now, 5 years later, it's open, and the place is spectacular. We're really proud of it. I think it's not only going to help us attract and develop the best players in the Dominican, but it's really good for the neighborhood that it's in, and it's just a really nice place. So I think we're going to have one of the top facilities in the Dominican for the next several years.
So I started in January 2019. Groundbreaking doesn't happen then. It's all more paperwork, logistics, vetting land, vetting construction companies, vetting project managers and all those types of things. So that started then, and then a lot of the legal stuff and everything. So that takes years, months to accomplish before you even break ground.
On behalf of the Baltimore Orioles organization, we want to welcome you here this morning because it's the beginning of something very important, very big. It's the breaking ground ceremony of the new state-of-the-art training academy, 22.5-acre complex that will be the home to the oldest regional facility for the Caribbean, Central, and South America player development operations.
We identified early on a possible location, which is the one we have today here in Guerra, and it's ultimately something that Brian Mejia owned and wanted to develop a facility on. And we went through the process of looking at different schematics and plans and wanted to do something more than just create a functional facility. We really wanted to create something that the community could be proud of, and it represented something unique architecturally. And so what we have here today is a culmination of many years of working to ensure not just that the baseball operations department has all of the functionality they need and that the players coming through the academy get all of the training and development that is required, but also that we created an architecturally interesting place that when we have community groups come in for clinics and such, it's something that everyone can be so proud of.
The Orioles today are excited to officially open this new state-of-the-art Dominican Baseball Academy. The 22.5-acre complex will be home to the Orioles regional facility for Caribbean, Central, and South American player development operations. The Academy features 3 full-size baseball fields, a sports turf agility field, dormitory-style rooms, and entertainment spaces, among numerous other features. It also includes 3 classrooms and a computer lab, allowing on-site learning while providing an individualized education plan for each player. The new complex will be a driving force in the Orioles' continued efforts to create a lasting impact both on and off the field. The inauguration of the new academy supplements some of the exciting things that the organization has been doing over the last few years. The investment to create this impressive modern facility shows the Orioles' commitment to improving and enhancing their international player development. I want to take this moment to announce that our six-pack area, where the pitching mounds are behind this tent, is named in memory of Luis Andres Ortiz Soriano, a left-handed pitcher in the Orioles minor league system who at 19 years old fought a tough battle against cancer. He showed what toughness is all about and that no one battles alone. Luis's family is in attendance here today and are honored guests of the Baltimore Orioles.
I was here 5 years ago when I joined the Orioles, and my first week on the job, somebody handed me the blueprint for Brian's land. And it's just unbelievable to me to see us actually be here right now and look at it. Like Greg said, this isn't just about excelling in baseball. This is going to change the lives of many young men here in this country. I think that this academy and the Orioles' presence in the Dominican Republic is a big statement that it is impossible to excel in the major leagues without an excellent program in this country. And we've done a lot in 5 years. We have the best record in the American League. We have the top minor league system in all of baseball. But this is the most important achievement our group has made in these 5 years.
Now the Baltimore Orioles manager, Brandon Hyde, has a very special present for our president, Luis Abinader.
The Dominican Republic loves its baseball. It's a great experience to be able to, enjoy this moment with the, leader of the country, Luis Abinader, our president. So, to have him here and have our senior leadership group here and be able to have some of our alumni and current players here, along with many of our staff members from the U.S. and the DR, it was a great shared experience for all.
Well, the time has come for our ribbon cutting ceremony that will lead this academy formally inaugurated.
When you first walk into the complex through the gates and you see the administrative building on one side and the clubhouse building on the other, it's just remarkable how beautiful it is. It is not a standard run-of-the-mill cookie cutter concrete block. This is a really beautiful facility that's interesting. There's a great welcome, showing players when they arrive how far it is to get to Baltimore, how many miles it is to Sarasota. A great message, see you in Baltimore. So it's really inspiring, I think.
So we have 3 full baseball fields. We have an agility field that's about 60 yards, where I will be playing flag football. We're going to start up the league. We also have a 6-pack bullpen. We have bullpens around the whole field. Our state-of-the-art batting facility tunnel houses 4 full cages where we're able to make it one big roofed area where we can do many things baseball-wise, assuming the weather's not good that day. And our facility, our gym is, in comparison with what we have in Sarasota and Baltimore. So we're ready to hit the ground running with that stuff. Once you start coming into this facility as a 16, 17-year-old kid, you're going to be having the same training capacities as you will even in the major league. Our major league players, they report to Sarasota. What they have here, they have there. So being able to give them the best ability to train and educate themselves as well, and also nutritionally, we have staff on board that helps us make sure that the players start from a young age eating properly.
To have something like this for our young players just signed, what a great introduction to the Orioles family, and to be able to work out and practice at a facility like this. So hats off to Mike and Koby and everybody involved for putting together just a real first-class facility. What a great off-season place to go get ready for next season. It's got everything you could possibly need from fields to weight room to training room to really anything. And for these guys to have this type of facility down here, it's second to none.
Everything that our major leaguers have in the States to prepare here in Sarasota, our young teenagers in the Dominican now have at their disposal. So I think it's just going to provide a real professional level of continuity for their development. Well, it's cool too. I mean, it's not just for baseball. There's definitely a humanitarian component of Major League Baseball's presence in the Dominican Republic, which is not a rich country. And baseball makes a lot of investments there because there's so much talent. But we also have a positive impact in the country. Our players, whether they make it to the major leagues or not, they're getting a high school education while they're training. And that's something that they wouldn't be getting if they didn't sign with a professional baseball team. So we want to make sure we set them up for successful lives, regardless of how long their playing career lasts.
A lot of these players coming in are 16, 17 years old, so still high school age, and ultimately we want to provide classroom settings for other educational purposes and computer labs and things that any student of that age would need. There's also the residences here as well, so it's a great opportunity for the players to bond and learn. We have a full cafeteria, training center.
It's a huge underrated factor in having a nice facility down there is your major league players that live in the Dominican with their families over the winter have somewhere to go and be surrounded by major league caliber facilities and a coaching and medical staff all winter long. So that's enormous. Now that we have an international program of good quality, we're gonna have more and more Dominican players. So it's gonna come more and more into focus, but I know guys are already using it.
We have different types of players. So some are, juniors in high school, sophomores in high school. Some got to the second grade of elementary school. So we have a classroom facility where we can split it up into fours, and there's going to be different levels of education. We also have a system where we're teaching some of these kids different trades. In case baseball doesn't work out, they're able to do other things and know of other things. So we're trying, depending on the kid, will depend on what the focus will be on what they can do in life after baseball.
We do not focus on one size fits all. Each of our players has different strengths, different needs, and being able to individualize for each of our players is what I believe sets us apart. We might be the best education players will get throughout their lives, and having space, flexible space that can accommodate to whatever it is that we want to do each day will strengthen our everyday endeavors. And it's going to adapt to current educational standards like active learning. Our players demand, by their learning styles, they demand to be active all the time, moving around. So having the facility that adapts to that we can change every day will really give relevance to what we're trying to accomplish.
Such a huge jump for them to come from here to the United States in so many ways, not just from a baseball standpoint, but from a life standpoint. And for our people to put this type of facility where there's all kinds of educational aspects and the importance of not only improving or helping develop baseball skills, but help develop life skills as well. It shows you the kind of organization we work for and that they care about people.
We're trying to do with these settings is move away from the lecture. Our players do not thrive in a lecture style. We're looking for ways for them to collaborate because that is what they do on the field, and we're trying to appeal to their everyday way of thinking and doing things. What best supports our players' learning styles. Moving around, moving away from lecture styles, promoting collaboration, discussions. So we are set up with 4 classrooms. We will have smart boards to develop players' digital literacy skills, their ability to work with technology, which is everywhere, to develop their critical thinking, which they will need on the field. And we will also have the computer lab. Additionally, we are helping our players grow academically. So we also help them go back to school, finish their studies, and we will be using the computer lab for that. And for them to pursue their passions. There are extra things that they like to pursue and have their evenings be more productive. The way we are trying to shape their environment is you have your coaches here. these might be the same coaches you'll have in the States. So let's start creating your own language bubble so that when you get to the States, you're able to have a better development because you can connect with your teammates, you can connect with your coaches, you can build stronger relationships because you can communicate with other people. They usually ask us about Santander. How did Santander get to learn English so well? They also ask about like Soto, all of the ones who they see in interviews speaking full English, and they say, how did he do that? And it's work every day, the habits that you build. And when they are able to take off and actually use the language and get by, it's just amazing for you to be able to give them that gift of independence when they go to the States. Every season, every year, every set of players come with a different set of needs. So we have built our own curriculum based on conversations we've had with the coaches, with the front office staff, and it's kind of a backwards design where we ask ourselves, what do they need at AAA, AA, Del Marlo? What are the skills that are going to make them succeed? And then we start working from there.
When we make an investment in a place, I mean, obviously Baltimore is home, but Sarasota is also our home again for many of our players during all season. And the Dominican Republic, you know, there's going to be 60 to 80 Dominican players and Latin American players playing here on a regular basis. This is their home, this is our home. So you have to invest in them, you have to invest in the people, and you have to invest in this community, just like you do everywhere else.
Bueno, estos niños, nosotros lo primero que tenemos que tener en cuenta es que los niños no olvidan. Eso es algo inolvidable, que siempre quedará en los corazones de esos jóvenes. Y las personas que lo están tomando en cuenta también verán como un logro más lo que están haciendo con esos niños, preparándolos para un mejor futuro.
Imagine yourself as a 15, 16, 12-year-old kid who is coming to this facility and getting to play with some of their heroes. I mean, first of all, that's exciting in and of itself, but it also shows that the players of the Dominican Republic that are born, raised here, and have had the benefit, the opportunity to play professional baseball, want to come back home and support the kids that are here already. When we invest, it's not just with money, it's really in our time and our resources and our commitment to our communities. So we are here and they see us here. And now, you know, hopefully we're building great Oriole fans even in the Dominican Republic. I want to see kids walking around San Domingo with Orioles hats on and being proud of the commitment that we've made here.
Yo me siento muy orgullosa de Jorge porque lo importante es cuando tú no olvidas tus raíces y cuando tú sabes de dónde vienes y hasta dónde vas. Jorge está interactuando con su pueblo y siempre está brindando el apoyo que ellos necesitan dentro de su marco hasta donde él pueda. Y mientras él se mantenga humilde, puede conseguir muchas cosas más. Bueno, para Jorge es muy importante porque siempre yo como madre me ha manifestado que si él da, él recibe. Él no le importa a quién le da, él quiere que todo llegue donde los más necesitados y que siempre haya muchos Jorge Mateo, que estén siempre preocupados por su pueblo. Y eso no tiene precio.
In this industry, you have to know the players 2, 3, 4 years before their signing date comes. And we basically came in, it was a blank slate. They had a very small international department. And I think now we have scouts in all different countries. And now we know the players for 2025. We know the players for 2026, 2027. We know who they are, so we can start, you know, putting our claws in those guys and learning about them and trying to sell them on the Orioles to try and get the best talent.
Well, it's going to be a big help for our international program, but for me, just symbolically, we want to have the best resources and facilities when it comes to scouting and PD. You know, we want our training resources to stack up with anybody. This is something that I think Baltimore can compete with New York and Los Angeles at their level is our facilities and our development resources. So for me, this is a big part of having that pipeline all the way from the Dominican up through the big leagues, where we're doing the best that we can to make these players as good as we can.
People are in awe when they walk in this facility. I think right now, you know, it's probably the best facility. Well, obviously it's the newest. So, you know, people always want to see new, and I think when they come in and they get asphyxiated with our facilities, it makes our negotiations much easier with the families and agents.
In the last 6 months here, and 6 months ago, it was starting to take shape and looking good. Not a whole lot of grass anywhere. The buildings were framed out, but nothing certainly finished. And seeing it was truly amazing. You know, a lot goes through your mind, and it's about all of the people that ended up putting in so much time and energy, from Mike Elias and Koby Perez, who again identified this very early as a key to being able to grow this organization to where we want to be, but also Mike Shapiro and Troy Scott and Elvis and Roncel and all of these great people who've dedicated so much time. That's kind of what started to hit me, not just the beauty of these buildings and what a great job Jose Maya and Amelia Maya did architecturally, but also the you know, just the blood, sweat, and tears, I guess, that everybody put into this project, and to see it and to see so many people so proud of what was accomplished, I think was just a great feeling.
And it's just a perfect academy for the Orioles. It's got character, it's got red brick, it's in a really cozy plot of land, and I love visiting it. And I've only been there once since it's been totally done, but I probably visited 15 or 20 times along the way as the project was going, and excited to live in the place.